Hello Math 6 students, Mr. Giomini coming to you with a lesson 4 adding and subtracting mixed numbers. This lesson really builds upon the previous lessons we've done with adding, subtracting fractions, and also then reducing fractions, and also finding least common multiple, and all those things, and greatest common factor. So it's just a building process. So what I want to do though is give you a visual today. So before we start actually giving you numbers to deal with, so I have three circles here, and I have this up here. Now, when we start to subtract, sometimes I need to, for instance, if I had something like this, and I say, hey, I have 21. Let's get a bigger number here. Let's go with 91 minus 17. And we'll say, hey, you know what? I can't take 7 ones from 1 1, so I'd actually borrow a group of 10 from here. And I have 9 10s here, so I really have 90. Well, now I'm going to take a group of 10 and add it to this. So I'm going to take a group of 10 from here, so now I really have 80, or I have 8 10s because it's in a tens place. And I add those 10s to this 1. So I took that group of 10, so I add the 10 to the 1, so now I really have 11. And now I can say, hey, 11 minus 7 is 4, and 8 minus 1 is 6. I can do now 91 minus 17 is 64. I do a very similar thing when I am adding or subtracting fractions. So for instance, and I'm going to start you off with one that we can kind of look at. Let's say I had 3 minus 2. Let's see here. Let's go with 1 and 3/4. Okay. Now, this is if you want to kind of think about it, here's your place values. You have your fractions here, and you have your whole numbers here. Okay, now notice there's nothing here, so this is kind of like I have 3 and 0 zeros. Now I can't take 3/4 from 0 zeros, but what I can do is I can do some regrouping here. I can kind of rename this fraction. Now the key thing here is to focus in on the denominator right here, fourths. Okay, I know that whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm subtracting here, I want to break this up into fourths. Okay. Now the reason why I have the 3 here, the 3 circles, so this 3 is really like this. So I have 3 circles. Now, because this is fourths, I know that each of these circles is now divided into fourths. There's a fourth, there's a fourth, and here's a fourth. So really I have 4/4, which is the same as 1 whole. I have 4/4, which is the same as 1 whole, and I have 4/4, which is the same as 1 whole. So really what I have here is I have 4, because the common denominators allow me just to add numerators, 4, 8, 12. I really have 12/4. And 12/4 is the same as 3. But what I need to do, because I can't take the 3/4 away from 0, I need to trade in. I like to call it trading in. I'm going to trade in one of these. I want to get rid of one of these pieces. Now I'm not going to change the value. It's going to be worth 3, but I'm going to trade in. And I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to rewrite this problem over here. So now I still have 3, but now I have really 2 wholes, and I have traded these in. Essentially, this looks like something like this. Let me rotate this around. It's not going to be perfect, but just to give you a visual. Excuse me. Must be a cold season. I have this here, and again, I know it's not perfect. There we go. So I'm really taking this group of 3 and now breaking it up into, and I say, hey, you know what, this group of 3, I know it's in fourths, because that's what I'm subtracting. So now I really have 2 wholes, these 2 wholes, and I have 4/4. So I've just renamed this 3 as 2 and 4/4. So if I were to add this, it's 2 plus 4/4 is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. And I'll subtract now from it 1 and 3/4. So now I could say, hey, common denominators, great, loving it. 4 here, there's my common denominator. So now I'll just subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 stays the same. 2 minus 1 is 1. So I have 1 and 1/4. And now if I want to check that, I can just add this part to this part and hopefully get this whole. So I have 1 and 3/4 plus, oops, sorry about that. Let me make that a little neater. 1 3/4, which is my part here, plus the 1 1/4. Okay. Denominators are the same, which I love, so it stays fourths. 3 plus 1 is 4. 1 plus 1 is 2. I have 2 4/4, which 4/4 is the same as 1 whole, so I have really 1 plus 2, and that gives me 3. Okay, I'll make another video, but I just want to kind of be short and brief with this one, and we'll come back to another one. All right, take care.